What's up, everybody? From above the yellow line, this is the second edition of TCG, aka Trammin Card Games. Welcome to part 1 of 6 of my definitive tier list of the first set of Lorcana. My name is Rain, and today I'll be ranking all the steel cards from the first set. Let's get into it.
Driver, you are clear.
If this is your first time here, please listen to a regular episode of Trammin, where Kirk and I talk about the Disneyland Resort through and only through our eyes. Head to trammin.com for more. Really quick, I just wanted to explain my ranking system here. This is definitely inspired by the Magic Keys here at Disneyland. So the best Magic Key that we've seen so far, and by the way, those are the new annual passes, but they're called Magic Keys now. The best Magic Key we have seen so far is called the Dream, and which is why I put it as the S tier. The Dream doesn't exist anymore, but it was the best Magic Key. I had no blockout dates. Next, we have the Inspire, which is currently the best pass that you can get. That is one I have. We have like 2 weeks worth of blockouts, but we get free parking. So then you have the Believe, which doesn't have free parking, but you get discount, and you get a few blockouts, but not as much as the next. Enchant, which I think is actually the most popular pass. It sells out immediately as soon as it goes on sale every time. You get Sundays, which is pretty good. Imagine is pretty much the weekday pass, the budget pass. I think it's still $450, so that's why it's my D tier. And then a little joke for all the Trammin listeners out there: my SoCal Scum, back in the days when they were still annual passes, there were SoCal passes, the SoCal Selects, and they were really cheap, like $300, $250, and these people would crowd the parks on weekdays. So I call those my SoCal Scum. All right, let's get into it. Starting off with A Whole New World. A Whole New World is a 5-cost card, and you can sing it for, if it's a 5 cost or more, if you have a character with 5 costs or more, but each player discards their hand and draws 7 cards. Now, in most TCGs, I see, well, from the TCGs I played, I've seen the 7 card draws fairly often. I mean, we have Pokemon with Professor Sycamore. I think there's one in Magic that kind of broke the game at first. You don't really see this in Yu-Gi-Oh! Or I don't know about One Piece and the newer games, but 7 card draw can technically break the game, but this one's interesting. A Whole New World is really cool because it kind of does create a whole new world, if that makes any sense. When you draw 7 cards in this game, a whole new world kind of opens up for both of you guys, and that's the whole thing. You're singing a duet, so both of you guys get to draw these 7 cards. Now, I think some steel decks won't run this. I don't know why you wouldn't, to tell you the truth, even if it's like not the full 4. So I'm gonna put this at S tier. I'm gonna leave it there for now. I have a feeling it's gonna move a little bit, but let's see. Yeah, we'll leave it at S tier. Okay, next we have Beast Mirror. This is kind of a controversial card. So Beast Mirror is a 2-cost, inkable, by the way. Holy World was not inkable, but Beast Mirror is inkable. And you can exert this card, and for 3 ink, if you have no cards in your hand, you can draw a card. Some people love this card. I don't like this at all. I've tried running it before, and it always becomes ink fodder to me. So I'm gonna put this at C, only because I know there are some people that actually run it and find utility in it. So yeah, let's do C. All right. Next we have Break, and Break is a 2-cost inkable card, and it's quite self-explanatory. You banish a chosen item. I don't know how relevant Item Slingers is actually going to be. The Maurice Bell combo could be pretty good. I played a few decks with it, and yeah, it's not bad, but this is kind of anti Item Slingers, but I can also see it working in some other decks. I know Amethyst likes running. No, they don't really run a lot of items. Yeah, but I can see it work in some decks. So let's go with a C also. All right, let's go with Captain Hook. Captain Hook is a 4-cost non-inkable, and he is Captain the Jolly Roger, which is his subtext there. 3 power, 3 strength, 4 willpower, and his effect is double the powder. When you play this card, you may return an action card named Fire the Cannons from your discard to your hand. When Lorcana was first announced and we started seeing cards slowly come out, this card was very good. Fire the Cannons is a very good card in my opinion. And if you play Fire the Cannons, you almost always play this hook. Not always, but almost always. Playing a card and getting a +1 from essentially nothing is always awesome. So I'm going to put this guy in the A tier for now. Let's do Fire the Cannons while we're here. So Fire the Cannons is a 1 cost, non-inkable, and that is deal 2 damage. It's an action card, and it's deal 2 damage to a chosen character. Honestly, I feel like this card is A tier. I see it used a lot, and I see it used annoyingly. It is really good to take a really good early game and really good with the reuse of the whole Captain Hook stuff. So I'm going to leave it at A tier. I think it's actually a little bit better than this Captain Hook. So I'm going to put it right above that Captain Hook. While we're on Captain Hook, let's continue with the different steel hooks that we have. Next, we have the 1 cost hook, which is one of the first cards revealed in Lorcana. And it's called the Forceful Duelist. It is a 1 cost inkable with 1 strength and 2 willpower. And its effect is Challenger, which gives you a +2 when challenging. This character gets a +2. So he's a great 1 drop. He becomes essentially a 3/2 if you are challenging. So I'm gonna put this guy at I'm gonna keep him with his brother here, his older brother, at A tier. Under these two, but I think he's pretty good. All right, let's finish off the hooks with the 5 cost non-inkable Captain Hook, Thinking a Happy Thought. We have 2 strength, 5 willpower. And this is the shift. This is the Floodborn. So shift 3, and you can play this on top of any other hook, and he gets the beefy Challenger +3. So he gains 3 when using them to challenge cards. But he also has the ability called Stolen Dust. Characters with cost 3 or less can't challenge this character. I don't see the utility in that, in all honesty. I guess when you're playing like Stitch Turbo or something that has a lot of little guys, it can kind of like work with that. You won't see a lot of like trades into him. But I don't see him being played almost at all. So I'm going to put him at the D list here. All right. So let's go with the Cerberus. Cerberus is a 5 cost inkable, a vanilla card. The 3-headed dog, 5 strength, 6 willpower. Oh, by the way, I haven't been mentioning lore. All the ones that we've kind of gone through so far all have, 1 lore, including the Cerberus. So it looks like Steel in general isn't very heavy on the lore. I mean, I'll take that back. We'll talk about. We're pretty much going through all the 1 lores right now. So yeah, nobody plays this card. This is straight F tier. So yeah. Let's go to our first item. Actually, second item, but all right. Let's see here. The Frying Pan. So the Frying Pan is a 2 cost inkable item, and it has the ability called Clang. Banish this item. Chosen character can't challenge during their next turn. So you can't really even use it multiple times like Beast Mirror or Lantern or any of the other items. It is a one-time use item. I don't like this card at all. I think it actually has no utility almost at all. So I'm going to put that in the F tier. Maybe a hot take. I don't really know. I haven't seen, from the hundreds of matches I played of Lorcana, I haven't seen anybody use Frying Pan on me. So, all right. Next, we have Gontu. An 8 cost inkable. And he is the Galactic Federation Captain, a Storyborn 6/6. His ability is Under Arrest. Characters with a cost 2 or less can't challenge your characters, and that is 2 lore. He has 2 lore. So I don't think he's good. He's probably better than Cerberus because he has 2 lore. But 8 cost is really heavy. That is an expensive card. So let's go Let's go D tier. Okay. Next, we have the 1 cost of Steel, which are Maleficent's creatures. So it is a 1 cost inkable, 2/2 vanilla, and 1 lore. So I think all these 1 cost are pretty reliable and pretty good. Steel doesn't see a lot of play of this guy, and I think because Steel is already so crowded, to tell you the truth, and we have a better 1 cost in Steel, so I'm gonna put him in D tier because I would not use him. All right. So next we have a song, and our second song. Where are you? Let's see. It's gonna be. I don't need the big version. Oh, here it is. Okay, so it is a 5 cost, non-inkable, and of course it's Grab Your Sword. Grab Your Sword is probably one of the best cards in the game. The AoE damage that it provides with a song is absolutely ridiculous. This song works great in tandem with the aerial, the 3 cost aerial that can sing 5 songs. I think this card is great. This actually destroyed Stitch Turbo in general. I have been trying Stitch Turbo recently, actually, and every time I play Steel, it's what's the point? I mean, if all my guys are 2 and less, I get annihilated. I literally had at one point, I think 9 creatures on the board, or characters on the board, and I got annihilated with this Grab Your Sword. So this is definitely an S tier card. I can't believe how good it is. So yeah, if you're playing Steel, you run at least 3 of these, probably 4, regardless of the Steel configuration you're going with. So next we have Hans. One of the newer cards actually revealed before we got the full set, and I don't see him here. That is totally fine. I can do this. He is a 4 cost inkable, and he is a 3/3, and he has an ability where every single time he quests, he gets to do 1 damage on any one of the characters that are, on the field. Actually, here it is. Stage a little accident. Whenever this character quests, you may deal 1 damage to a chosen character. That plus the 2 lore makes this card very, very viable. I think this guy is definitely A tier and probably above Fire the Cannons. I see him being played a lot, and I appreciate that he's being played a lot because it's a very good card. So, not necessary, I think, in Steel, but almost necessary. Next, we have one of the OG cards, from what I remember, Hercules. And Hercules is a 3 inkable card. He is a true hero, Dreamborn 3/3, and he is our first bodyguard character of the day with 1 lore. And bodyguard is essentially a blocker, like in Magic or in other games, Digimon. But at first, he was great. He was probably the best blocker in the game. But since then, I think we've seen some better ones. The Musketeers, I think, are actually better because they kind of work off of each other. But regardless, I still like him. I'm going to put him at a B tier. All right, next we have the Vanilla Kristoff. And Kristoff is a 3 inkable 3/3 line here with 2 lore. He's good. He isn't as played as much anymore now that we have the full set, but he is a very good card. I wouldn't say very good, actually. Let's put him in the C tier because he is playable, I think, better than all these other cards under him, but I wouldn't put him in a deck right now. But yeah, he is good. Speaking of vanilla, we have Kronk next. Kronk is a 6 cost inkable 6/6 vanilla with 2 lore. I think this card is a little underrated. I don't see him being played very, very much, but he's good. That 6/6/6, triple 6, with the 2 lore, very versatile. Very versatile. So I'm going to put him by this Hercules, right on top of Hercules in the B tier. All right. Next, we have a 3 cost Lilo, and she's inkable, a galactic hero, 4/2 with 2 lore vanilla. Yeah, she's not good because she has only 2 willpower. That can be kind of rough. You play a Grab Your Swords, you get the right Tinkerbell move out, fire the cannons. Like, there's so much that can kill her. There's just so many better cards in Steel, so I would probably put her in a low D tier. Next, we have Aladdin. Now, Aladdin is probably one of the better cards of the game, but not this one. This one is not good. He is a 2 inkable, 2/1 with 2 lore. Like I said before, so many better cards in Steel. Probably the worst version of Aladdin that we've seen so far. He's right here with Lilo because there are better versions of Lilo also. So, no, he's not good. He's not good. All right, next we have another vanilla card, the 8-cost inkable Maui. He's 8/8/8. Man, that's a big boy. With 3 lore. Oof, I would like to play this card. He's big. That's all I can say. I haven't tried him out, but if I were to put him in something, I would. Like I am going to try him out. So he's right here with this vanilla Kronk for me. They're really similar. Kronk's like his little brother, but they're both good. They're both good. All right, let's go to one of my favorite archetypes in Lorcana so far, and that is the Musketeer. It is a 6 inkable Mickey Mouse Musketeer. His strength is 2, willpower 7, and he's bodyguard, just like the other Musketeers, with 2 lore. And he gives all the other Musketeers more strength. So he's a good card. I have a Musketeer Princess deck that I actually enjoy running. It is fun. This Mickey Mouse actually sees a lot of play in that deck when I do play it. So I'm gonna put him at the top of B because I don't think the Musketeers have enough utility yet in the game, but they're good. They are good and they're fun to play. Speaking of utility for Musketeers, though, this next card, I tried it. The Musketeer Tabard. I don't know if that's how you say it. Tabard. It's an item, and it does all for 1 and 1 for all. Whenever one of your characters with bodyguard is banished, you may draw a card. Having a 1 for 1, like you lose a card, you gain a card. I don't like zeros. I like plussing. So I tried it, especially since it's uninkable. It costs 4. I did not like it at all. I didn't use it once. And I ran it for a solid like 5 to 7 matches. So I'm actually going to put this at the top of F tier because I don't like it at all. I appreciate there trying to be some kind of draw power in Steel because other than that, we don't really have any draw power. So, but no, that ain't it. That ain't it, Chief. All right, next we have a Prince Eric card. This Prince Eric's actually pretty good. He's a 2 cost inkable 1/3, and he has a challenger again. So, and it gives him +2 when he is challenging with 1 lore. The 3 is what makes him good. The 3 is very good. He can take a Fire the Cannons. He can take a Tinkerbell. He can take a Grab Your Sword, and he only costs 2, and he's still able to challenge people and pretty much be a 3/3. So he's good. I'm actually gonna put him right behind Hans here because he is a very good Steel card. Next, we have the 1-cost Simba. Let's see here. Where are you, Simba? Okay, there is Simba. There you are. Okay, so the 1-cost inkable Simba Future King. That is he's got 1 strength, 2 willpower. And he has the ability called, guess what? When you play this character, you may draw a card, then choose and discard a card. This is like the only other draw power in Steel that's actually viable, in my opinion. So I run 4 of this guy, and I love when he comes out. He's able to speed up the deck a little bit. He is a great turn 1 play because you have so much, option to discard in your hand. So I'm going to actually put him. He's not quite S tier, but I believe he is above Hans. He's good. I really like this card. I use him in every single one of my Steel decks. Next, we have him older. That's the 7-cost inkable Simba Returned King. A 4 strength, 6 willpower. He has challenger at a +4. And then he also has Pounce. During your turn, this character gains evasive. He's probably the best big Simba. There's another little Simba that's not very good. But when it comes to the bigger Simbas, he is definitely one of the better cards. So let's put him at C tier. because every time he comes up for me, I don't use him. So I'm gonna put him at the top of C because I can see where he's being used, but yeah. Okay, here we go. We have Smash. That is the 3-cost inkable, and this card does 3 damage on a chosen character. Very good card. Very, very good card. Definitely in the mid A tier, I would say. Probably around Fire the Cannons, then they pretty much do the same thing. Fire the Cannons does it for cheaper, get more bang for your buck there, but Smash is also very good because it's inkable, so you can use it for ink. Next, we have the Beast card, and that's the Hard-Headed Beast, a 5-cost inkable, 4/4, and when he comes out, he's able to destroy an item with 2 lore. I see people running him a lot. I just don't know where the utility comes. Items can be very useful, but I don't see them very much. So I'm going to put him at the top of B tier. He's got a good stat line. I appreciate the 4/4 with the 2 lore. And next, but definitely not least, we have, let's do the little one first. The Baby Tinkerbell. And that is, the Tiny Tactician. One of the cutest cards in the game. She is a 3-cost inkable, 2 strength, 4 willpower, and she has the ability called Battle Plans. You can exert her to draw a card and then choose and discard a card. Similar to Simba, but she has to get exerted. So, which means she can reuse. Because of the next card we're going to talk about, I think she's pretty high. She's probably one of the better Tinkerbells. I'm going to put her at the top B tier. And that has a lot to do with our last card for the day. And that is Tinker Boom, as we like to call her. And she is a 6-cost inkable, which she didn't need to be, but she is. Inkable Giant Fairy Tinkerbell. 4 strength, 5 willpower, and she's able to shift for 4. She has 2 abilities actually, called Rock the Boat. When you play this character, deal 1 AoE damage to each opposing character. And she also has the Puny Pirate. During your turn, whenever this character banishes another character in a challenge, you may deal 2 damage to a chosen opposing character. Wow. With 2 lore to top it off. If she had 1 lore, if she was not inkable, she would still be a very good card. But because she has everything that we're looking for in a card, the utility, the versatility, the strength, the lore, she's probably the best card in the set right now. Be Prepared is probably up there too, but when it comes to Steel, I think she is definitively the best card in Steel. I can't believe I forgot. We had new cards come out when the app was released last week. So I added them to my tier list. So let's do this thing. All right. I knew somebody was missing because I run the Musketeers. My boy Donald. All right. Donald is a 4-cost inkable, 2 strength, 5 willpower, and he has bodyguard just like the rest of the Musketeers, but he also has his extra Musketeer ability, and that is during your turn, your Musketeer characters gain evasive. So he makes everyone else evasive. Really cool. With 1 lore. I honestly see myself, inking this guy pretty often, but when he comes out, he's good. He's good. I appreciate him. So I'm gonna put him at the top of right under Tinkerbell, because he's good in the Musketeer. He's better than Mickey, in my opinion. Actually, let's move Mickey up a little bit. Let's move Mickey in front of Donald, because I actually do think Mickey is better because of the 2 lore, even though he is more expensive. Next, we have the other Simba. And I thought there was another Simba in Steel. He is a 5-cost non-inkable, 3 strength, 5 willpower, the rightful heir Simba. And he says his ability is, I know what I have to do. During your turn, whenever this character banishes another character in a challenge, you gain 1 lore. Not that good. 2 lore. Okay. I'm going to put him in the bottom of D tier. All right, next we have Starkey. He is Hook's henchman, a 5-cost inkable, 5 strength, 4 willpower, and he has the ability called Aye Captain. While you have a captain character and play, this character gets +1 lore. That's all I got to say about him. I'm putting him at the A. Let's go mid D tier. All right, next we have Taka, who is like I said, one of the newer cards revealed. She is a 6-cost inkable, 5/5. She has the ability Seek the Heart. During your turn, whenever this character banishes another character in a challenge, you gain 2 lore. I can see small amounts of her being played, like 2 in a deck. She's definitely going to be the spice. I don't see her as a top tier. I see her probably toward the end of B, kind of like where this Kronk Maui is, only because she's going to be the spice just like these guys are going to be. All right, next we have Ransack, the Emperor's New Groove stuff going on here. Okay, it's a 2-cost inkable action. You draw 2 cards and then choose and discard 2 cards. Seems like everything in minus a whole new world. Everything in Steel makes you discard something whenever you draw it. So, I can see it being used. I'm gonna put this. I see it being used more than Simba, so I'm gonna put this at the top of Enchant here. All right. Last but not least, we have the Plasma Pistol. Very interesting card. It is a 3-cost non-inkable item, and it has the ability Quick Shot. You can exert this card and pay 2 ink to deal 1 damage to chosen character. I like this AoE stuff that Steel has going on. So let's put this. This is going to be in B tier, but I think it's higher than that Taka. A little. I think it's around about Beast here, almost like in the middle of the pack. Yeah, that's pretty good. All right, that about wraps it up for sure this time. Let me double check one more time. Yeah, those are all the Steel cards we have in this set. Let me know what you think in the comments. This is the first time I'm doing this by myself, especially here in my bedroom. So yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know if you agree. Let me know if you disagree. Talk to us. And like I said, go and listen to Trammin, which is our main show. That is our Disneyland podcast, and it's with me and Kirk. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. See ya.